Pies? I am Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys, let's get into it. Today is Thursday, August the 31st, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 6. It wasn't bad, it was just solid. And there were a lot of stationary movement on this show today. Too many, they weren't moving around too often. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Who do we want to start with? Alexis and Spencer. So I'm not going to hold you long today. They just talked about how Esme is doing a wonderful job. They can actually see that she really does care for her child, and how we they know she's still Esme, but when it comes to baby Ace, she really is an involved mother. And Alexa says she's actually doing a good job as the receptionist as well. So they can't complain. And from what they see of her, she really loves the baby. And they're happy about that. And then they get on the subject of Nicholas and everything he has going on as far as being disappearing and how he was with Spencer and everything. And Alexis says, "You love your father." He says, "But I don't want to. I hate that I have any kind of emotion for him because he's just a letdown. Everything about him is just a letdown, and he hates that about him." That he has those feelings, but Alexis says it's okay to still want to be him in your life and care for him. And Spencer just says, "No, I'm good." And that was it, y'all. Let's move on. So then we go over here to Robert and Diane, and she tells him, they flirt, they do their little thing, flirt, flirt, flirt. And then she tells him that they're looking into the judge. She wants to look into the judge because that sentencing was so harsh. So he tells, she asks him, "Do you have any pull at the WSB?" And he says, "No, like they're cleaning house." So no, he has no pull. He can't help Drew at all. And they said, "Well, what if the judge was doing something with the WSB?" And he said the WSB were very upset about what Curtis, Anna, Laura, and Liesel did as far as taking down Victor, because that's something that they were not able to do. And so he wouldn't be surprised if that they're not trying to help Drew as far as, since he did, he's a vet, and he's a good guy and he's upstanding. And he was like, "I'm not surprised, like he embarrassed them." And so she said, "Well, what if the judge has a connection to the WSB?" So she's just going to look into it. The same thing she told Carly. They're going to look into it to see if they can help. I said, "Robert, you're not going to tell her it's dangerous, that she shouldn't do this, because look at what's going on with Anna." That's all I could think about. Diane, because she said, "No, nobody wants to go up against me." And I said, "Diane, we know you're Diane, but the WSB is a different kind of beast." You know what I mean? So I don't know if she should be doing this, but we're going to see what happens with this storyline. Um, so then we go over here to Joss and Dex. Joss is talking to Dex and she's happy to see him. And she's like, "I'm so ready for our date night. Just let me clean up and put on a fresh pot of coffee and that kind of stuff, or clean the coffee maker or something." And he tells her he can't make it. He has to work. She said, "No, no, no. Sonny gave you off." And he said, "No, he told me I have to work." And she said, "It's controlling our relationship." And he was like, "Joss, I have to work." And she was like, "I haven't seen you in a week." And she's disappointed because she wanted to see him, but she also is like, "I can't believe we had that information on Sonny and my mom deleted that flash drive." I said, "Girl, you really need to stop saying it out loud." "And my mom deleted that flash drive and you could be out of this." I said, "Sonny would be." I don't know. She comes across really spoiled to me. I know y'all are always saying, and when I say y'all, I'm not talking about y'all. I know y'all are always saying that, "Oh my gosh, Spencer's so spoiled. Spencer's so spoiled." And I'm like, then what is Joss? Because you want Sonny to be in prison so you can have time with your boyfriend? Girl. Like, knock it off. Anyways, but so they leave it on like a she's disappointed with him note. And then I guess after he leaves, because he tries to explain to her what's going on. And the truth of the matter is, what people are not like, what she's not getting, Dex likes his job. Like, Dex likes what he's doing with Sonny. He likes the work. And I know she doesn't want to hear that, but he does. He enjoys the danger, the little bit of danger that's with it. He enjoys the investigation of it. Like, he enjoys what he's doing. He enjoys the money of it. Like, he likes working for Sonny. And so she's going to have to decide if this is something that she can do. But so he ends up leaving her, and they kind of leave off, with her disappointed. And then she hits him up, and she apologizes to him and tells him, she shouldn't have reacted that way. She knows he has to work and all that. So just hit her up whenever he has time, and she'll be available to him. Let's move on. So then we go over here to. Mm-mm-mm. Ava's at home, and she's think about what she just has done to Nicholas. So she, hides that little statue that she, where she banged Nicholas upside the head, right? So she hides that because she's like, oh, I don't need any of the memories. So, anyways, Austin comes over, and he was like, oh, it's always nice to hear from you. She said, knock it off. I want to know, where is the body? You told me if I get Betty in, I could have the body. And he says, well, Betty's in Mexico or whatever. And she was like, good, I don't ever have to see her again. He said, I don't know about that. She was like, what are you talking about? Where is the body, Austin? And he tells her he don't know because the bosses could change his mind, or whatever. And she said, well, get Mason on the line. So then Mason ends up going over, right? And she's like, what's going on with this body? And Mason said, listen, if it was up to me, you would already had that body. But the boss, and she said, no, you talk to the boss and you tell him that I want that body tonight. And he said, everything is going down tonight, Ava. Don't even worry about it. And she said, no, you tell him I want that as soon as everything goes down, it's supposed to go down. I want that body tonight. Stop playing with me. I did my part. Now pay me the way you said you would, or whatever. And so that's all we got with them. Then we see Mason tell Austin that there's one more thing he has to do. And I said, what is it? Remember that clip that they showed where Mason was supposed to be talking to somebody, but I don't remember seeing them showing like who he was actually talking to. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Did I just miss it? Because he was supposed to be talking to somebody like another boss, but I don't remember seeing that. So I don't know. Anywho, so there from there we go to Ava calls telling Austin, because Mason leaves, and Ava tells Austin she don't want to be at Windermere anymore. It's too much house. It's too it's not for her. And and she doesn't want Nicholas being around. She wants to get the body back and bury Nicholas, and she doesn't want to be in Windermere so he can be right there. And she wants to move right along. And so he's like, okay, that makes more sense than you being in this big, a big mansion. It's kind of, it's out here, there's nobody there. I would be scared to be out there myself, honestly. So then we see Ava calls Lucy, and she tells Lucy, I need a realtor. Do you still have your license? And Lucy's like, okay. So then we see Austin, right? So Austin goes, and he has his medical bag, and he says, how are you doing tonight, or whatever? And the person responds, I'm doing great. And then we see his Nicholas child. And I said, okay, we'll see where this goes from here. I don't know. I'm not even finna get into it. I guess Nicholas doesn't remember anything. Ava hit him pretty dang hard. So moving right along, we see that we go from there to actually Lucy. So Lucy is talking to Martin, and she's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so upset. Is it just me, or does Martin not really pay attention to Lucy? It's like she's having to tell him, Martin, focus. I'm telling you, my life is ending. Well, not life is ending, but her financial, her business world is coming to an end. And she asked him flat out, were you the one who was working with Tracy Quartermain and gave her the the scepter? Did you steal that idea from her? And he said no. And so she said, could have you gotten it from anyone? And he tells her, no, we know he's lying. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't understand what's going on. And I'm not about to like try to comprehend and try to guess or anything. But she tells him, I have like, in order for this to be over, Tracy wants 75% of my company. And Martin was like, whoa, that is steep or whatever. And she was like, yeah, I know. And she said, thank gosh I have my realtor's license. So when Ava called, that was right up Lucy's alley, because she like, I need some money to come in. And he says, well, look at it on the bright side. Your lawyer has 7 months to get everything together for you. Hold on. And she said, Martin, that's not the bright side. My company could, I don't think deception could survive 7 months without the deceptor and everything, because they've had problems with Sasha, but they said the deceptor is what was keeping them afloat. Now they don't have it. And so she said, you left me in my time of need for Valentine, and you didn't even explain what exactly is going on with that. She just looking at Martin like, I don't know if I could trust you. I said, stick with that, Lucy. But she's also just upset because she's like, Alan always warned me about Tracy. And she said, I miss Mother Quartermain because she knew how Tracy really was as well. But she was like, I just don't know what to do, but I'm going to fight for my company. I'm not going to give my company up without a fight. Um, so if I lose it in 7 months, I am going to be able to say that I really did fight for it. And of course, Martin is not giving Lucy, the whole truth, because there is something going on. He did steal the deceptor from someone, but when she asked him, he said no. So I don't know. Let's move on. Then we go over here. Oh, and Lucy also tells him she feels betrayed by Brooklyn because she was the one who gave the information to Tracy that she needed about the deceptor and everything. She gave it, she got in there, and she doesn't know how long Brooklyn has been giving Tracy the information. So she feels betrayed by her as well. So then we moved to Brooklyn, who Leo sees her, and he was like, Brooklyn, are you okay? And she was just like, I'm having a rough day. And so Leo's trying to comfort her. Olivia sees this, and then he ends up leaving, and um Olivia's like, what's going on? And Tracy says, I can tell you what's going on. And Brooklyn is just upset with Tracy. She was like, she tells Olivia, she blackmailed me. Grandma blackmailed me to helping her, and now I've betrayed my friends and they're upset with me. And she's like, um, Brooklyn, this is just a lesson you needed to learn and everything. And Brooklyn is just like, I trusted you, grandmother, when everybody talked about you and said how you were. I defended you, and I told them that you were with family, like you were all about family. You had Thanksgiving with us and ate pizza and all these different things. And the whole time you're just as conniving and bad as everyone said you were. And I can't believe it. Like, I don't look at you the same. And so Brooklyn leaves, and Olivia was butting in the whole time like, Tracy, how could you, and all that stuff. And Tracy was like, mind your business. But anyways, Olivia ends up talking to her, and she said, Tracy, do you understand how Brooklyn truly feels about you? Like, she no matter what anybody else does, she loves you. And so for you to betray her this way, and she said, I taught Brooklyn a lesson. Like, you can't get a favor with someone and not expect them to have some type of payment in return for it. So she's learning this lesson. And she said, oh my gosh, the only person that can talk to you when you get like this is Ned. And she was like, well, Ned is Eddie Main. And she tells her there's something more going on to this than what you're letting on, Tracy. What is it? And Tracy was like, just mind your business, Olivia. And so she ends up leaving. And we all know there's more going on to this, but I don't know what it is. And quite frankly, I'm not about to guess. Let's move on. Let's move on with all of this. So then we see hold on. Sorry. So then we see Brooklyn is hitting up Chase because she is like, I need you, and he's like, what? He finally comes to Kelly's. He's like, what's going on? And she was like, my grandmother. And she tells him, she made me betray my friends. Oh, I just can't stand her right now. I had to get out that house. I just cannot be around her right now. It just makes me sick. And so he said, well, how about you come live with me? And I said, oh, well, okay then. That's what, he's like, let's move in together. I said, all right, I guess Brooklyn telling the truth now. So he feels like they could take their relationship to the move in with each other level. So we shall see. And that's all I got for you today, guys. That was General Hospital. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the last day of the month. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.